got the old Vampiro here, and what do you want? Oh, I need help. I'm out of here. Oh, fine, go. So, it looks like it's just me today. Oh!
This is BMF Wrestling.
Violence back!
Here I am in the flesh. I had enough of this guy butchering the show for the last few weeks. I'm back to do more and bring violence to our audience.
And thank God, thank you for taking care of my doppelganger. Yeah, he was really annoying, that guy.
He was very annoying.
He was very annoying.
He was very annoying.
Very.
How's his neck? Do you know?
I don't know, man. It's a little bit red.
Yeah. His neck. It's a doppelganger, it's not you.
It's a doppelganger.
Alright, anyway, I'm back. I'm not going to leave this again. Just like The Rock, I promise I am never going away again.
Well, he has.
Yeah, well, yeah, very good. Let's move into it.
Yes.
Start of the show, we had Triple H in a rare appearance opening up the show of Raw, losing twice to Curtis Axel due to outside interference and away from his father-in-law.
In the same night.
In the same night, back-to-back, consecutive. And we never saw an end to that 60-minute Iron Man match that
never happened.
Triple H restarted too. So, I guess the match is still going. We have no falls at this point. Moving on, we had Antonio Cesaro on Raw this week, which has become a bit of a rarity, and he actually won a match.
He won!
He won a match.
And
an impressive feat against Sin Cara too.
Oh, cool.
Sin Cara's not hard to beat. Sin Cara. Well, Sin Cara comes and goes as he chooses. In between injuries and botches.
Well, yeah, he comes back, injures himself, goes.
That's it. Just like Rey Mysterio nowadays. Must be a Mexican thing. Moving on. Dolph Ziggler's back.
Ziggler's back.
Ziggler's back. I think this was the stupidest thing WWE has done on this episode of Raw, apart from most of it, is that Ziggler has been absent. If you guys don't know, he suffered a major concussion at the hands of Jack Smokes Too Much Weed Swagger.
Major concussion.
And he's been absent from TV for the last 4 weeks. Pretty much did nothing. He just talked a little bit, was outshined by Jericho. They should have just saved him for Payback. Leave it in the air whether he's going to be back in time to defend his title, then have him show up on the night. He'll probably get a pretty good reaction from it as well. Chicago being a wrestling city, they appreciate talent as well. So he probably would have got a good reaction. Instead, now they've just killed it with him coming out and doing nothing. Moving on once again, we had a couple of matches tonight, a breakdown of the feuds that have been happening. First, we had Kane and Dean Ambrose in what was an actual pretty good match.
Sort of preparation for their match at Payback, which we'll get to later.
Which is why I think they made that match at Payback, is because the two did alright together. They have a few times they faced each other before. So they had an alright match. Then we move on to Randy Orton and Roman Reigns. Now, I'm an advocate for Roman Reigns. I like him. Now, fair enough, he's still relatively new and not as polished as the other Shield members. But for the most part in his match against Orton, he was the one being beaten. Roman Reigns is a powerhouse and he's being made to look like a bitch by Randy Orton. How is that smart?
Way to put him over.
The match overall was just crap. It was Randy Orton stomping and kicking, and there was a Roman Reigns rest hold in there.
And Randy Orton being the veteran and everything, he should be able to hold a much better match than that.
You'd think.
We've seen him in better matches. The guy has got talent, but...
Well, you can't put it all on Roman, because it was Orton running the match, and he could have done things better.
That's what I mean. Orton could have put on a much better show.
Just wasn't a good match.
No.
Then immediately after it, we had Daniel Bryan and Seth Rollins, which was an alright match as well until hell turned loose. Hell broke loose.
Hell broke loose.
It turned after it broke. Anyway, they ended up with Orton and Kane getting involved and tossing all the shield out. They stood there triumphant, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Old news, I can't wait for Kane to break away.
It looks like that's going to be likely too.
Moving on. All the incidents that happened in the beginning of the show between McMahon Triple H came to a head.
Yeah.
As the two of them went backstage.
Oh.
Behest of Stephanie. Moving on. Ryback and John Cena's whole little face-to-face thing at the end was just terrible. Fair enough, I want to say a couple things. Ryback wasn't great, but it didn't help that he had John Cena trying to bury him verbally. Ryback would be trying to say stuff, and then you got John Cena. For the first time I've seen him serious his entire career, screaming and telling him to shut up instead of letting him get his lines out. It was just stupid, it was dumb, the pull apart brawl wasn't even really that impressive, it was a waste of time. I'm over it. So that's the highlights and lowlights for all this week. As you can see, it's not a lot. It's terrible. One of the highlights is that Curtis Axel was added to the Intercontinental Triple Threat match. And now we have the Shield, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins going up against the team that we have dubbed as Arcano.
Arcano, hashtag. That's going to catch on.
I hopefully doubt they'll be together long enough to catch on. Anyway, Kane is now getting the US title shot, which for anyone who doesn't know, that is the only title, actually I think they mentioned it on Raw or something. And it's the only title in WWE Kane has never held, apart from the Europeans and of course like the light heavyweight. Anyway, we'll cover all this stuff on Payback in our Payback preview episode. One last note that happened this week is that on Twitter, this is usually your thing, you cover the Twitter. On Twitter, Drew McIntyre, no wonder you don't follow him. Drew McIntyre actually did a little tweet where he says that he wouldn't mind being a Paul Heyman guy.
Can you do it in his accent?
No.
Come on.
No. Shut up. How's your name?
That's the other guy.
Anyway. Shut up. Anyway, Drew McIntyre said you wouldn't mind being a Paul Heyman guy, and Paul Heyman actually responded. And he says, the chosen one? Interesting.
No, the chosen one Paul Heyman guy.
That would be good. We're starting to see Paul Heyman getting a little monopoly. It's going to be like Bobby the Brain Heating back in the day where he had like 20 clients.
Could it be possible that eventually he can actually form a faction out of all these guys?
Oh, that would be cool.
I mean, the ones that are still currently signed to WWE.
Brock's still under contract
in
WWE. He's just fulfilled his obligation.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know why I'm doing that. That's pretty much it.
Yeah,
he's got limited appearances. Yeah. They've done what they want with him. And if they want him to do more, they've got to pay him more.
Yeah. So speaking of Twitter, though, this is not WWE. It is sort of related to WWE. Dixie Carter actually tweeted that she would be interested in a TNA versus WWE event.
Why wouldn't she be?
Of course.
Why would the cheap...
I like Paul Heyman's response to it, though.
Yeah, what would WWE benefit from it?
Absolutely nothing. I mean, we would like to see it.
Fans would benefit from it.
Fans would benefit.
TNA would get a rub from a major company.
Yeah.
But
WWE has absolutely zero to gain from it. So.
Apart from maybe the potential to snipe a couple of their talent.
That's it. And I think, if anything, if WWE ever were to actually agree to this, it's simply just to do something for the fans, and that was it.
But that'll never happen.
No, it's not.
It's the same
reason.
Business. They considered it, and even had talks about a WCW and WWF pay-per-view back in the day.
Yeah.
But it never came to fruition because they could never come to agreements.
Yeah.
No, but those two were equal, so you could see it happening. But it just, who's going to win the matches? How are they going to work that out?
That's another thing.
Who's going over on the pay-per-view? WWE or WCW? You know?
That's another thing.
So in that regard, unless they're going to do a pay-per-view where WWE squashes every single
you know, if it came down to TNA and WWE, majority of TNA superstars are geriatrics anyway. So.
Well, and most of them are former WWE stars. So
exactly.
That works out. Kurt Angle can.
So if you ever want to see TNA versus WWE, just basically go back to the Attitude Era.
Yeah, and you'll see it all there. Well, anyway, that's it.
That's it
for the Raw Review, Rebound, whatever the hell they're calling it nowadays. It's been so long I've forgotten. Make sure you...
BMF Wrestling.
Yeah, just BMF Wrestling. The free-for-all. Yeah. It's what we do. That's what I do. He's coming back too.
Awesome.
Anyway, don't forget, follow me on Twitter @Vio1ent.
Follow me on Twitter @Vampiro45.
Go back, like all our other videos, subscribe to our channel. If you haven't by now, you're stupid because we've got a whole new project coming up. It's like not even wrestling related. We're going to be filming this whole new thing. It's going to take some time, so make sure you get on the ground floor.
I know we've been saying it for a while. We're going to try and keep you guys updated as much as possible. But we can't guarantee an actual release date for this show just yet.
Not yet. It's developing.
It's developing.
Anyway, thank you. Until next time, we're out.
So, it looks like it's my show now.
So, and Mercy